Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Candoia are really freaking cool. I want to start using this channel to showcase some of the species that I'm keeping, and today we're starting with the smallest. That brings us exactly 8,506 miles from where I'm sitting right now, which happens to be double the distance that I can swim in one single breath. So sadly, no personal footage of mine from the Solomons in this video. That's a shame because we're talking about a place that doesn't get below 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Ever. Why do we care though? Well, the best way to determine captive care is to look at where your animals are coming from. And for a while, they were just not coming here. For a long time, we were taking imports from the Solomons, and then for a longer time, we weren't. And then 5 or 10 years ago, we were again. We've got 3 main Candoia species floating around in captivity today. You got viper boas, which are probably the hardest to find captive bred. Check out the orange ones, those are impossible to find. Then you've got tree boas, which are kind of on the up and coming. They're an arboreal species, so they hold on really well. They're a lot of fun to handle. And then, of course, you got ground boas, which is probably why you're here. In my opinion, these are an underrated snake, which is good news because at this point, it's very easy to get them captive bred. They're a sexually dimorphic species, and the difference between males and females is comical. I'm talking like double size difference. Males only get 2 to 3 feet, females maybe 4 or 5, sometimes 6, and they're definitely chunkier. If you're strapped for space, get a male. 2 to 3 feet is so tiny for a boa, and that's part of the reason why I'm interested in them. In the wild, they're eating lizards, but any responsible breeder will have them transition to frozen thawed rodents. Since then, he has not skipped a meal more than once or twice. Both those times were when he was in shed. They've got a pretty interesting little attitude. When they're in a bad mood, they kind of don't tell you. They just strike sideways and out of nowhere. I don't know if that's like an individual thing or if that's across the whole species, but that's at least what I've noticed. In general, though, they have a great disposition, especially captive bred specimens. I really like handling this guy. He's very slow and calm, and he holds on really well because they're semi-arboreal, which is a good thing because he's tiny and you wouldn't want to drop him from high up. One cool thing I've noticed is that they'll drink droplets off the walls of the enclosure, kind of like a gecko would. Most island boas across tons of subspecies grow very slow. They've evolved to have slow metabolisms. So this guy is not in any rush to grow up, and I'm not in any rush to watch him grow up. He's super tiny now. He's very cute. One day, he'll be 3 feet, but for now, he's a tiny little worm, and I'm cool with it. Like I said, this isn't much of a care video. I just don't think I've had him long enough yet, but he'll let me know. When he's ready, he'll do a little sideways strike cartwheel and bite me on the knuckle the second I look away when I'm holding him. If anyone else is keeping a Candoia species, let me know what your experience was like. And for the 78 people who are subscribed, thank you so much. It really does mean the world. 78 doesn't seem like a lot of people, but if they were all standing in my living room at the same time, that would be a lot of people. And at 100, whew, forget it. It's gonna be crazy. And as always, thank you so much. I'll see you soon. Yeah, thanks. Peace.